I've been making so many sandwiches lately because I love sandwiches. And I think I'm starting to look like one. But that's okay, because we're going to be making more grilled cheese sandwiches. That's right. Oh, and how about some tomato soup? It's a marriage made in heaven, right here on Man with a Fork. People have been putting cheese and bread together forever. Grilling them, that became a real big thing around World War I. The innovation was really trying to get all this stuff worked out into some kind of sauce and toasted. After World War II, 1949, Kraft produces one more manufacturing innovation. That would be the Kraft Single. This makes making grilled cheese sandwiches even more convenient, and its popularity skyrockets. So on the one hand, you've got grilled cheese sandwiches. You know, they're a big thing. They're hearty, they're filling, and it needs something else, something to, complete your meal. It comes in the form of tomato soup. School cafeterias started to use canned tomato soup as a perfect accompaniment to a grilled cheese sandwich. The inspiration for the tomato soup that will go with our grilled cheese sandwich actually comes from The Essentials of Classic Italian Cooking. It's by Marcella Hazan, one of my favorite Italian cooks, and she actually has a recipe for tomato sauce with onion and butter. So it's not technically a tomato soup, and she actually recommends that this would make a wonderful basis for a pasta, especially gnocchi. But what I found is it goes really well with a classic grilled cheese sandwich. For our grilled cheese sandwich today, we're gonna start off with this really delicious butter top bread. It's cut a little thicker, and that's fine because I'm gonna crush it, right? We're gonna flatten that out. So you want a little bit more heft to your bread. This also has a little bit of sweetness, which I really like. It's really nice. It offsets some of the saltiness that you'll get from our cheese here. So a couple slices of Kraft, singles, some white cheddar. I really love white cheddar, and butter. Listen, you're not going to have a grilled cheese sandwich if you're trying to cut back on the calories. This is treat yourself day, and that's what we're going to do right now. For our tomato soup recipe, it really couldn't get any simpler. Our ingredients are a medium-sized onion, 5 tablespoons of butter, and 2 cups of whole tomatoes, juice and all. That's it, actually. So I peeled a white onion over here, and we're gonna take the tops off here. All right, get rid of that. And let me see, I'm gonna split it down the middle. You know what? That's it. That's all the prep I need. I love this recipe. Doesn't get any simpler than that. We're gonna cut our 5 tablespoons of butter. That's the butter that we're gonna need for our soup, and then we'll save the rest of the butter for making some sandwiches. So let's finish up our prep over here. I'm gonna get some of our sharp cheddar cheese, and be generous here. I love sharp cheddar cheese. We will come back to that after we make our soup. Let's get to the stove.
A few moments later.
Get our butter in there. Start melting that butter. If it starts to sizzle like that, it's probably a little too warm, so we'll knock the heat down a little bit. Yeah, we're just melting butter here. I'm not trying to brown the butter. So I'm just going to put our onions in there. I'm getting our 2 cups of whole tomatoes. Get that all in there. Let it boil, let it bubble. This is a slow going soup. You want all those flavors just marry. Yeah, that's really all you need to do here. We'll just let that go for a while, about 45 minutes. We want that onion to really give up its flavor, our major flavor component here. While that's starting to go, you start seeing bubble up a little bit over here. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. I always like to re-season this after it's cooked down because you really don't know how it turns out until that point. And there's also a little salt in the butter. I've used salted butter here. Not much, but again, this soup is for you, and you want to make sure that you've actually taken the time to layer the seasoning and get it just right the way you like it. If you were going to use this as a pasta sauce, you wouldn't do much more with this right now, as Marcella's recipe goes. But since we are making a soup for ourselves, I like a little bit of pepper flake, just to add another bit of flavor there, a little bit of heat. Just let that stew. Check back on it in 45 minutes. We're going to get our pan a little warm here. Plop on some butter. Just buttering our pan here. Put our pieces of bread right in that butter. I want as many toasted surfaces as I can. At the same time, I still want that really high quality bread to come through flavor wise. That's all good. We'll take our pieces of bread, flip them over, just like that. Okay, now we're on the other side, and this is when I like to lay down our slices of American cheese. Just lay them on there like that, and then I like to load it up. Just load it up with white cheddar. I love my white cheddar. Flip it over like that. Press it down. You want to get that contact with the griddle surface. Get that going until it's nice and crunchy. Make sure we give it enough time to get all that cheese to just melt and do its thing. This will be ready shortly. All right, let's get our soup ready over here. The first thing we're going to do is set up our strainer over a large bowl. What we're going to do is fish out all the onion pieces. We're done with the onions. If you leave anything in there, no big deal. We're going to strain it anyway. Probably get some more pieces of onion. Yeah, at this point, the onion's pretty much given all of its flavor up already. I'm just going to push that through. So that's our soup. Check for seasoning. That's about, just add a little bit more salt, just a little bit. Stir. Test that again. That's spot on. That is perfect. All right, here's our grilled cheese sandwich. I'm gonna just I'm gonna cut it in half here. Oh yeah. Ooh, wow. That is, oh wow, that is gooey. That looks fantastic. Yeah, that's the way I like it. Just oozing with cheese. Just, oh, that's what I want. Just loads of cheese. It is crunchy on the outside. You can totally feel that. And it's still, yes, still super soft on the inside. I'm going in for a bite. That is a really good, that's good. Wow. Let's try some of the soup. That's such a nice balance. You got the saltiness of the cheese here. Hear that crunch? Oh, that's good cheese. I don't know why. That just works. It works so well. Got this melted cheese here. It's funny. When you've got the sharpness of the cheese, its own saltiness. I mean, the soup has a bit of saltiness already, but when they interplay, you get a lot of that sweetness that's just naturally there with the tomatoes. You know, sometimes I like to add a little bit more heat, so let's do a little bit of Tabasco here. Stir that in. Just a couple of drops. Ooh, that perks it up even more. Wow. Oh, that's fantastic. I could eat this all day. A grilled cheese sandwich, in order to work, needs to be easy to prepare, made with ingredients that are easy to acquire, and it should go straight from the griddle right to your plate as quickly as possible, so you can really enjoy that magical moment. If you like what you've seen here as much as I like this grilled cheese sandwich and that soup, hit like, and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe right now. I'm Vince, Man with a Fork. I'll see you next time. You know, the problem with grilled cheese and tomato soup is that they come...